your advice to tell data scientists that at least work on marketing stuff, that you need to figure out a way to be a marketer first and then have your data analyst or your data scientist hat on after. Like the technical components come after you understand what the hell the marketer is trying to do. What are the use cases? What are the strategies? And I think that's like way easier said than done. I have a lot of friends in data science and data engineering, and they just hate marketing. Like they're allergic to it. They love product. Like put me on any product situation, like user experience, like UI design. Like I don't care what it is as long as it's the product, it's technical. Like I love working on code stuff, right? But like throw me on the marketing team and I have to help like a rev ops person or sales something or just like work on the website. Like it's just not as exciting for a lot of technical folks. How do you make that case that, hey, marketing is actually fun? Like we chatted before this and you're like, marketer first, you think of a marketer before you think of the technical stuff. Like, how do you make that transition? How do you find those technical people that are willing to do that? Because it's not the case, at least in my experience.
Yeah. It's an innate thing, Phil. Like, I think, like, I didn't love marketing. I loved Uber. And so I was willing to really understand marketing.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, and this is a challenge that I've had candidly since I've left Uber, is to find another company that I'm that passionate about, right? So part of it was also I was at a cultural moment at a company that, once in a lifetime opportunity. So I get that, right? Not everybody's in the same situation where they're that motivated. But I would say you've got to be motivated by something. Either you're passionate about your own success, in which it behooves you to understand product and your customer and marketing better, or you're passionate about the people you work with, in which case it's better for you to understand what they're doing, or you're obsessed about the company, in which case it's better, right? Like there's no situation in which case it's not better to deeply understand marketing or whatever you're working on, even if you're a product, right? If you look at product and go, I'm only interested in the UX and the technical component, you've defeated the whole purpose of the product is there in service of the customer. And so there are people that are innately customer obsessed and truly I mean that in what it's meant to be, not just like a buzzword. And then you can put them in any situation. In fact, I don't know if you experience this when you're at WordPress, but like there's a lot of these people that can just jump ship from like one problem to another across any team, and they always thrive. And it's not because they're that good, it's because they're that curious. And curiosity, I think, is it's something that's hard to test for in an interview, but if you could, it is almost the best predictor. And so it goes back to curiosity is what I think made me interested. Like I would, on my drives, I would take an Uber home every night. One, because we got free credits, but but every single night I'd be like, hey, to the driver, like, what do you like? What do you not like? And I would tell them I work for Uber, right? And I would tell them like, listen, I'm trying to help you out. And a good example of this is I talked to a driver and he was like, hey man, like this is like my second day, but like Uber told me to drive on like Friday nights. It was super stressful. And so I went and looked at the data, and driver retention was like a significantly lower number if your first trip was during like a rush hour. And our marketing comms would push you towards that. Because from our side, it's a business thing. That's like, you want more drivers during the time. And I was like, hey, like, I think we should test this. Like, instead of pushing for Friday night, let's do like Saturday afternoon, where it's a lot more calm. Like, go do your first and like, it was like 1 or 2 percentage points, which for retention is massive. And for supply side retention. And it comes down to this curiosity. So people that are like, in places where like they're not excited, well, find a place that you're curious about what the product is doing. You're going to be infinitely happier when you like the product and you like the people you work with. It's just human nature. So you've got to find a way to feed that curiosity.